And good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Once again, Jason over here with Signatre eSports. We are live, of course, and always from Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Twitch.tv/Signatre eSports, Facebook.com/Signatre eSports. And then if you're on YouTube, Signatre Media Esports Broadcasting, that is our channel over there. Practice still underway. You see the guys working over Chicago. That is kind of what they're doing right now. Chicagoland 250 qualifying brought to you by 46branding.com. We have the Cup Series Toyota Camry. I said tomato. Toyota Camry. The Chevrolet Camaro and the Ford Mustang. This is session 1. Session 2 will be up here right after this one. We're going to stay live the entire way. We should have it figured out where everything should be going. Remember, if you want more information, follow us on all of our social medias. And, of course, and always, go to signatureesports.com. Check out our page over there. Still some work to be done, but we are getting it done. If you're out there on all the platforms, make sure you start a watch party. Get everybody involved. And on Twitch, you can host the stream. You can do all kinds of stuff. Right now in the practice sessions, you see, you're not going to see these kinds of times when it comes to qualifying. This is what you get in the draft with these guys, getting an extra little lap of practice in before they get going. Chicago being a 1.5 mile track. The weather's set 70 degrees here. Dynamic weather is turned on. And the session state should carry over for all of these fantastic drivers. Of course, in always, we'll have a few of our drivers pop in and out throughout the session. But I always have to give a big shout out right now. Mr. Michael Woolley is always in the booth with me at one point or another.
What's up, Jason?
What's up, buddy? I see a P2 right there after drafting. Or getting in the draft and running a fast time. Klinger just beat you by, just 12 1,000ths of a second right there. So,
I know. I'm excited for this qualifying. I'm very comfortable with this track, and I'm ready to roll.
Well, tell me how the track is out there. Is it hot? Is it loose? Is it fast? What is going on with it?
Well, with the current temperature that the track is at, it's just a little bit loose coming out, but other than that, it is perfect. I mean, this thing is nailed down to the ground.
Well, we like to hear that. Fast, hot tracks. There's the 33 right there. He is out there running a fantastic, beautiful line. Let's see what kind of time he's going to. He's putting out a practice run. Jesse Priest right there in that Chevy Camaro.
Priest, I mean, he does pretty good. I like his racing. I mean, he's very considerate to other drivers, and anytime that at Bristol last week when I got behind him, he just kind of moved out of the way. And I mean, he knew that I was faster, and he kind of just, put his arm out the window and said, hey, go ahead and go on by me.
Kind of felt comfortable being around him. That's always a good thing, especially in a track like Bristol. Bristol being very, very compact. We saw all of the issues that some of the things that happened out there. Of course, a lot of cautions, but when it went green, it went very green. You see Mitchell Cicadas right there cutting it across the grass. Practice is over. We're going to go to qualifying here, and things are about to get underway. We're going to have drivers start taking the field here in just a moment. Look at pit lane as they're going to get the drivers ready to go here in just a moment. First driver up on the board. I had that up for myself, but I don't have it now. First driver on the list is going to be Brian Marola. Brian, one of those drivers that we know is very, very competent about what he's going to be doing. So we're going to see how he runs things when it comes to what he's doing. So the number 56 is going to be ready to go. Well, that sees the 56 right there. So Michael Newbrow is going to be the first one. Brian Marola misses his chance to qualify. So we're going to get things up and running right now as Mr.
Time
Donald.
to let him roll,
That's
baby.
right. Michael Newbrow to number 56. Fantastic driver out there. We appreciate him being there as well. Out of the Ohio area, he's going to complete his out lap, and then he's going to come back and he's going to hit pit road after he does a couple of fantastic laps. So no time just yet for Michael Newbrow. We're going to see the timing tower update. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm testing out. I think I've got the things that were issues last week. They're all fixed. Daryl Padgett out there, I appreciate you, buddy. Grant Williams for a top 10 hot tip. That's what he says. Thank you, Mr. Newton, for gifting a subscription out there. Thank you to all the new followers as well. That's just wonderful to me to have all the support from all of you out there. Our goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers, so that way we can give all the top leagues a run for their money as Michael Newbrow runs the Venom scheme all the way down the backstretch, trying to get his first lap underway. And you see the relative down there. He's going to come across the line. They are allowed to dip below the white line to come into it. If they come off course, it won't count. First lap, 30.316. He's going to come back around, of course, and try to make things work for himself.
I'm going to guess a 30.15.
That's a good guess. I like that guess. Pit lane is almost starting to get busy. Waiting for that second driver for him right there. As he comes around to the front stretch, Mr. Newbrow comes across the line. Slower, 31.1 for, I'm sorry, 29.9, so 0.3 of a second better for Mr. Newbrow, 29.983, and that's where he is at. He's going to come back and hit his cool down lap right here. And our next car is going to be heading down pit lane.
87 of Anthony Thitchner getting ready to come on out to the track.
Mr. Thitchner, that guy kicking butt and taking names. Gonna make sure we have all those cars with their engines off. The 87 of Thitchner ready to get on pace with the Jim Beam Apple. Mr. Bates out there on Twitch, make sure that you chat it up. Good luck to everyone out there. We appreciate you. Of course, and always, we love to hear from all of our drivers out there as the warm-up lap for Mr. Thitchner is a high line. Getting everything all click-a-rude. And he's going to begin his first lap right here. There is Mr. Thitchner running around the track, about to enter turn one. So I'm seeing that everybody's kind of staying off that line, but Thitchner gets right down to it.
Yeah, that's my line. I get right down on her as much as I can and try to carry that speed off of turn two, coming up to that high line, getting up as close to the wall as possible, and then about 50 yards before the turn, you want to start diving back down into that corner for a hot lap.
Oh, I understand that completely. 30.029 for Mr. Thitchner as he's going to come around. He's on the board right now. Faster lap, so a 29.983 was Mr. Newbrow. What do you think Thitchner is going to finish?
Well, it's a pretty fast first lap, so I'm going to say a 29.950.
All right, I could see that. I could see
a little bit more conservative on that one.
Well, we like the conservativeness, but Thitchner gets out there, 29.975. You were close.
Oh, 25 off, man. 25.
Yep. Real quick, nice quick lap for him right there. Good things coming as he's going to cool down on the backstretch. Next car is going to be up and ready to go here in just a moment. As
97 of Ken MacArthur.
As Mr. MacArthur does a great job always. Well, there he is. Out of the West Coast area, California, I believe, is where Mr. MacArthur is from. Gets a little burn off right there on his tires And you might have to reset. I don't know if he got speeding in pits right there. He's got a green light to go. Whenever he is ready. There he goes. He is off and off like a prom dress. Heading down the out or the pit lane exit. You're going to see him right here. Let's follow along with Mr. Ken MacArthur from the gyro cam. Well, not the gyro cam, from the cockpit cam, and see what his hands are doing. You see it right there. Few drop frames out there. Got some things that we were working on. Definitely trying to improve all of our streams going forward. Ken blinking a little bit there. I don't know if you see that or if that's on my screen or on
I see it just a little bit.
All right, Ken MacArthur coming around turn 3 into turn 4 on his first lap. Outlet was up to speed. Let's see what he gets on the finish here. Down low for him. First lap for him, 29.975, or I'm sorry, 30.262. Let me correct myself there. That was Thitchner's time back there.
Good old Ken MacArthur in the number 97 Chevrolet Camaro for All-American Motorsports, 58 years young, and been racing on iRacing for 4 months, and from Phoenix, Arizona.
This guy right here, absolutely fantastic guy. Great conversationalist. Dives low right here. Second lap for Ken MacArthur. Turns out 29.974 by 1/1000th of a second over Anthony Thitchner in that Chevrolet. Incredible time for everybody to be out there. We appreciate all of you on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. You guys, we couldn't do this without you. You're absolutely amazing, and just consider what you do for me an honor. Thank you very much. Again, start that watch party out there. Get those views up. Qualifying is about to be the best it's ever been.
And Eureka, look out, the 27, formerly Ford, he is formerly from 4X Ford Racing, and he's from Eureka, California. That's Jack Webb.
Jack Webb, the number 27, Joe Exotic Ford Mustang out there. The Tiger King is alive and well on the virtual Chicagoland Speedway. iRacing and eNASCAR Cup Series action right here as you're going to see this guy go fast. He's got to go fast. He's got a Tiger on the front.
Well, everybody's going to be running from him during the race.
That's right. Sean Conklin out there. Let's go, Jack, cheering on Mr. Webb and that Ford Mustang. So 3 Chevys have gone now. This is our first Ford. He's got Walmart all across that that top banner.
Well, hopefully during the race he doesn't roll back.
I've rolled back those prices. First lap for Mr. Webb as he's going to continue that high line. Smart move. That's where I would have started. 30.806 on his first lap. Let's see if he's going to carry a faster lap on the backstretch. There's the 27 rolling out. His time qualifying up. He wants to be up there in that top spot, so maybe that's the line to run. Let's see. He's midline right here coming around the front stretch. Dies hard down, and his time is going to be second lap for him. 29.997, so a good fourth place finish. He was running a little bit higher than probably he should have been, and that's where he ended up. That's what ended up putting him out there. So fantastic little run and a lot of fun for sure. Alrighty. What do we got up next?
We got Jesse Priest in the number 33.
Here he comes, getting ready to leave pit road. We watched him practice just a little bit earlier. As now our stream has kind of settled out a little bit, so we appreciate everybody being out there. Thank you very much for doing it. I adjusted some timing and some other stuff so that way I could continue to get 1080 streams out there. So by doing that, we've definitely had some things rock and roll. Thank you, Mr. Klinger, for sharing out there. Thank you to all the Signature eSports folks watching, of course, and always. We appreciate all of the iRacing folks watching out there as well.
Good old Jesse Priest. He's 38 years old from Wabash, Indiana. Number 33, Bang Bros iScar Chevrolet. And he's a CNC programmer at Global Precision Parts in Wabash.
Well, I tell you what, Wabash was not that far from where I spent my time in Illinois, that's for sure.
Been over by Peoria then.
Oh, well, Effingham is the place to be. Nothing like being sick all week and had to qualify first. Mr. Newbrow, that's okay because you still threw up a pretty decent time. You see a 30.247 from Jesse Priest out there. Number
Kind of taking that midline. He's not really going up to the wall and getting that speed. I sure hope he can pull off a great second lap here. That second line, I don't know how fast it is. It's definitely more stable though.
It could be more stable, but the object is to qualify. So let's see. 29.976 for him as you see him run himself around.
Prove me wrong, Mr. Jesse Priest.
He did. Good enough for a P3 right now. Everybody else sitting in pit roads. Jesse Priest is the guy. Thank you, Cody Kenzie. I appreciate you. Says we're looking good out there on Facebook.
Jackson Wellman coming up.
19 of Mr. Wellman out there. Runs the Signature eSports hooded scheme right there. Big thank you for doing that. He asked me a long time ago if he could do that, and I said, absolutely. I will never say no to that. Skull and Crossbones in the 19 right there. Oop, he's having a little bit of a blink-a-blink issue right there. It's alrighty. Out, completing his out lap, even though it says that he's running a 2.28 or 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's because he was behind the line where he loaded in, so that time doesn't count. So this will be his first time right here. First lap coming out for him. Definitely going to run that Destiny Lives Foundation. That's what he has on the back there. Told me a lot about that. Nice little foundation for he and a friend that he had, of course.
Yeah, he's a driver for Aero 51 Racing. 20 years old, sprint car driver from Belmont, North Carolina.
Another North Carolina driver. A lot of North Carolina drivers in our field. East Coast is very popular with our section as he's coming around to complete his second lap right here. Trying to get his blink-a-blink underway.
Yeah, I hope that's not going to be an issue for the second time. I hope he does not blink when he crosses the line.
Because if he does,
iRacing don't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't count. So let's see if the stream gets it. He got the line.
He got it.
All right, Jackson Wellman pulls out a 30.011. Midline not working very well for a lot of the drivers, and you can tell right there just in the timing. But time's only separated by 3/10 of a second, 3/100ths of a second over, or 4/100ths of a second. Let's get it right.
This is going to be a tight qualifying, buddy. I'm telling you right now.
Weather is dynamic, and everybody will have the opportunity to see it. Next car coming out. Josh Klinger, it looks like, the number 18, leaving pit road. There's Hank Caston for us out there.
Good old Josh Klinger, the number 18, Oceanside. Cleaners Racing Chevrolet Camaro. Sophomore at Duke University studying biomedical and mechanical engineering.
Alrighty, I think coming up here real soon, we're going to have one of my favorite guys, Mr. Hank Caston. He's
good old He-Man.
Yeah, here comes Klinger, looking even better. I appreciate you out there, Doreen. I believe that's Cody Kenzie out there. I might be wrong. Sean Conklin, here comes the Klinger Mobile. Yep, running that Duke University OCS Oceanside Cleaners racing team. As you hear my dog in the background, that was a little insane. Also, Black Horse Auto Transport. You're going to see him next week as well. That's who our sponsor for the Charlotte Roval, as Josh Klinger puts down his first time of a 30.073.
Oh, he's definitely going to be in the 29s.
Yeah, Walter Official says 6 more cars. Oh, boy. You'll be all right, I promise. Here he comes. He's going to run up high. That's probably the cleanest and hardest lap I've seen. Let's see where he ends up. Josh Klinger pulls out a 29.947. I knew it was coming. Somebody had to get the 9.5s out of the way. And 7 one-hundredths of a second difference between first and seventh right there. Klinger is done. Now we're going to move on to Douglas Carlson, it looks like. Number 86, sitting at the end of pit road, out of the Midwest area. Wonderful little Navy scheme he has going on there. Douglas Carlson, a Signatre eSports driver and part of Drinkin' Bros Racing. One of those guys you just like to talk to.
Good old Rooster Teeth Chevrolet Camaro.
Look at the top hood of the line he's running to warm up as Carlson comes around and is about to hit that front stretch, that front line right there. Sean Conklin says, get the McDonald's car on the pole, Mr. Walter Official. Walter Official says, not in that anymore. He's driving the Cadbury.
Aw, I love the McDonald's car.
That McDonald's car was pretty fun.
That thing looked sharp.
All right, a middle high line. Here comes that first lap for Carlson. We're going to see him get this completed here. First lap's going to be a 30.179. Walter Official says, liar, it was not sharp. We like that one. It looked really, really good. Douglas Carlson comes around. Long camera angle right there. Comes around to the front stretch. Second lap for the 86. Man, it seemed like he was just a little bit faster than that. 30.004, so almost a 30 flat for him.
Oh, man. You know, this Dinka Flinka car, well, I don't know if that's what it is. It's definitely The Office. It's got Michael on the from The Office on it. And it looks like a mix between the Hamburglar and The Office. I mean, I can't even.
There it is, the Dinkin Flicka. Go and find him on Twitch. This guy is awesome to follow, or on Facebook, I'm sorry. Bradley Jacob Dunson, Dinkin Flicka Motorsports. I think he said he has over 150 Michael faces on there, so you get a good look at it right there when Michael went to prison.
Hey, this is the best part. He's a cop in Alabama.
Absolutely. These qual times are going to be tight. Yeah, they are going to be tight. It's interesting to see how all of these guys are driving. We've got another session coming up. Everything is the standard. Everything is set the same too. Dunson completed his out lap right there and now is getting his first lap underway. First lap for Mr. Bradley Dunson. One of Alabama's finest right there. Comes across the line, 30.207. Now is going to carry that same low line, that low midline. And not very many people are touching that bottom. Klinger, he did. He came up high, dove hard into the corner, if I remember his lap correctly. And now he is coming around to collected. Go Bradley, says Daryl Paget out there, our favorite Australian, doing a great job. Bradley Dunson coming across the line, second lap, fastest lap for him. Let's see what he gets. 30.035 for him right there. That middle line is kind of where everybody's been hitting the tires, and it has been almost the death of the drivers.
Your favorite driver, ladies and gentlemen, the 36 of I Have the Power, Hank the He-Man Caston.
Absolutely wonderful guy. He's got does he have it on there? He does. He has the a dog named Hank scheme on. He's also got He-Man on there, I believe, on the hood. He does. As Hank comes around, he's going to complete his outlap. Hank Caston has been one of our sponsors in the past. Go on Amazon and look for a dog named Hank. He's got some toys out there, some dog toys out there. They're absolutely amazing. Entrepreneurs and business owners out having a great time. We appreciate everybody out there, of course, and always continuing those watch parties and streams right now. I think my counter's broken again, so hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. 36 getting his first lap underway. He's going to stay up high. I kind of figured this is what he was going to do, and now he's going to use that low line. Come down a touch, complete his first lap, and he's going to come up, and yep, that's what he does. 30.280. He's going to hug that bottom line. This is the difference between drivers. You're going to see a 29.9 out of him just from touching that first line.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, these first laps have been getting slower. I wonder if the rubber on the track, the rubber buildup, is affecting that first lap.
It's quite possible. I mean, or, like Hank just did, as he comes across the line with a 29.960. I called that one for sure. I saw Hank run a higher line than most, and then he dove hard into it. He kind of ran it like you would Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, that's exactly what I seen. But trying to. Oh, okay. Yeah, he got second. All right.
Yeah, P2 for him. Brandon Frontopole is going to be the guy that's up next, the 5. No Limit Racing and our race sponsor, the 46 branding Chevy Camaro right there.
I don't know. What do you think, man? You think he's going to go up to the top of the board, or that's Brandon's style?
I mean, he likes Chicago. It's one of the. Whenever I asked him which tracks he recommended for this series, he said Chicago and what was the other one? Iowa or Dover or something like that.
You don't want to put Dover on the schedule because Brian Wirtz is coming if you put Dover out there.
Yeah, Dover is on the schedule, I believe.
What row, Raggy?
Brian Wirtz's favorite track. It's one of those things. Like I really like. I've come to appreciate Bristol, and we're at Dover right now in the A Cup Series here in iRacing. So for officials, so it's kind of nice to run both of those back to back. I'm a fan of driving in Bristol just because if you can get out in front of everybody, you can definitely do a better job than most. All right, first lap for Brandon Frontopole, a 30.28. Holy goodness gracious, he is screaming around the track.
That's fast, buddy.
He is ready to go up high. You're going to see him right there. .46 branding code. You see him hug that line on the bottom. We're going to follow along on his tail end right here. Line for him puts him up at a 29.901. He was so close to the 29.8s that it wasn't funny. That's the difference in the line whenever you run it right there, folks. A low line is what counts. So Brandon Frontopole right there. Aiden Hill about to come up, I believe.
Yep, you're right on it. Cadbury car. I think he forgot to adjust his numbers in iRacing to match that color scheme.
Yeah, maybe. But I've got a 59, and I've got a bunny on the back, that Toyota Camry. There's literally a rabbit in the placeholder.
He does know Easter is already passed, right?
It
I mean, I'm just trying to figure that out.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, well, I'm down with chocolate. I love chocolate.
Chocolate's amazing. There is Zach Comella out there saying, there's your pole sitter. I agree. I think that there's a possibility, but you never know. I mean, there's still 40-plus people left to qualify, 50-plus people left to qualify. We'll see how it's going to get done. Sean Conklin cheering on Aiden Hill. Those guys are teammates. I can't pronounce the team name, so I'm not going to try. I want to, but I can't. Outlap for the outlap for the 59 right there. This is some big numbers. Holy goodness gracious!
What I was saying, I don't think he adjusted them. He's like, he wants everybody in the stands and in the city behind the stands to know what his number is.
There is the 30.127. I agree. I'm going to be able to spot him out, especially if he's running the Cadbury scheme tomorrow. Thank you for running he's got the new ticker tape for Signatre eSports up there on the top. I like that. Looks good.
I still haven't changed that. I am so sorry.
You're good. You're good. That was a nice dip for the 59. Let's see where he ends up. Aiden Hill coming across the line. Second lap for him. He kind of got into the groove right there, and that slowed him up a little bit. 30.32032. So right on track in the middle of the pack. Let's see how it works out for him. Christopher Darling out there. Hey, I recognize that 5-car Brandon is in. Glad it turned out good enough to where he runs it. Beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful scheme. I like it. I enjoy it. So Aiden Hill, now we're going to have, I believe it's Sukatis.
Yes, Mitchell Sukatis driving the number 44 Ace Industries Dang Racing Camry. Born and raised in Central Alabama, another Alabama native, along with Bradley Jacob Dunson.
Yeah, one of those guys. I believe we have a couple of Alabama natives down there. Let's see. Mitchell is... he was right there. I must be in the wrong... I am not in the wrong one. I know I'm not in the wrong one. Mitchell Sukatis, part of the Odang racing team. Nice set of what they call Odang old guys, but they're not old. I think they're younger than I am and younger than we are. You never know what you're getting.
I just found out last night that I'm not the oldest in the league. I thought I was.
Right. Hey, I'm happy. You got me by just under a year, so that's pretty nice. I like that. No, I was thoroughly shocked to find out. Well, I mean, Daryl Paget, one of my favorite Australian, he is, as Sukatis completes at 30.109. Paget's in his 50s. I think he's 51, 52. We've got Ken MacArthur. Yeah, Ken MacArthur. Yeah. We're in
these guys ain't slow either.
No. Makes me feel a little, I don't know, makes me feel old, but not really. Because considering that we've been racing around second lap, 30.010 for Sukatis right there. Not a bad lap for him at all. Considering that these guys have, they've been racing and they're really, really stinking good. Some of these guys have only been racing during what's been going on with the big P word.
Can't say it.
Can't say it. Not allowed to say it. And they've just really killed it.
Look out, buddy. The number 41, Matt Lovett.
Mid-South area, Matt Lovett, number 41, coming out to complete his lap. Another, I do believe. I really like this paint scheme, too. And if you see it on the side right there, Suicide Hotline Prevention, this is the NAMI car. I love the reason they're going to run it. I think we're going to try to do something with them, maybe do a charity race for them as well. But suicide prevention is very, very huge, especially when it comes to eSports, as the outlap is completed by Matt Lovett. It's one of those things that in eSports, a lot of these guys get out here and race because they are, for lack of a better word, they are trying to keep themselves, wouldn't necessarily say sane, but they're trying to, this is their way of being socially active. Chili Pilly out there, Daryl Padgett rooting it on. Anthony Titchener hoping that his time holds up and he makes the show. P5 currently 29.975. First lap for Matt Lovett 30.061. I think 29.94 coming for Mr. Lovett. That's what I'm guessing.
9.4? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna say 9.3.
All right. Let's see who's closer. He comes down.
Price is right. Rules apply.
Comes around, has the experience. Chicagoland, good to everybody. Where does he run? Right there. 29.958.
You were close.
Very close. Good enough for a P3 position right now. Josh Klinger still holding on to that second position with a 29.947. Brandon Fronopel out front still 29.901. I mean, I have to adjust any line.
And here comes Robert Perot. Or is it Parrot?
Parrot.
I am not sure.
Perot. Yeah, you've got it. We're going to say Perot until we're
corrected.
That's right. There's the 38 out there completing his outlap. Qualifying times are in effect. I do like that paint scheme too. But make sure, if you're out there and you need any assistance, there's always somebody a phone call away. If you want somebody to talk to, if you're out there in the eSports world, or if you're a veteran, of course, and always a big support from me. I was in the Army, of course, and always. If you need somebody to talk to, just hit us up, or give that number a call that you saw there on Matt Levitt's. Rewind it and take down that number. There is the 38 out there. Mr. Perot completing his first lap. I believe it's going to be a fast lap early. Middle line going. First lap for Perot, 30.264. And he's hugging that bottom line, kind of similar to what Fronopel did. He's on a tear, middle of the track. He's going to carry. I'm only missing one thing on here, and that's the speed. That's what I want to show. Car speed. Top speed for the car. Is that it right there? First lap for, a 29.948. So 1/1000th of a second off of Klinger for P3, and then 1/100th of a second from Lovett. So good enough for a P3 for him right there. And he's going to get it done. Daryl, appreciate you out there chatting it up, of course, and always. 55 coming out right now of Joe Sanchez. This guy was the pole sitter last week and had some tough luck right early on, but did a great job of getting out there, still completing his laps. Sherwin-Williams paint scheme for the 55. And a lot of fun for everybody.
Joe Sanchez, the number 55 Chevrolet Camaro, 26 years old, from Newington, Connecticut, sales manager at Sherwin-Williams Paint. So he should know all about paint.
A lot about paint. Thank you, Wester. I appreciate you out there following the channel.
This guy, Joe Sanchez, man, we had a great battle during one of the practice races this week. And he was a tough competitor. I got him at the end.
Well, he was tough.
He
just ran a 30 flat on his first lap. So let's see how he does and see if he can even touch the Fronopol's time.
Run the exact same line I'll be running, so we'll see.
It's going to be form-fitting for sure. Remember that this qualifying round and the race is brought to you by 46 Branding. For classically designed apparel for the classic person, go to 46branding.com. Yes, it is spelled incorrectly on purpose, F-O-U-R-T-Y, because I tell you what, their designs are perfect nonetheless. Joe Sanchez comes up with a P2 time of 29.937, and that was
good for P2, man.
Yeah, it was. Zach Camella out there on Facebook. He was trading paint last week at Bristol. Yeah, I think everybody does. If I had held on to what I was talking about with the league, I knew Bristol was going to be tough for everybody, so I didn't hand out suspensions last week. This will be different this week. So Grant Williams out there, the number 6. This guy, I tell you what, this guy right here, I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him too. Grant Williams, number 6, Dragon Fire Racing Ford Mustang out of Atlanta, Georgia, baby.
New team owner right here. He decided that he was going to branch out and get himself a new team, and he did. He started one. He has some great drivers in there as well. As see that top speed in kilometers per hour. Don't like that. That's not,
miles per hour, sir.
I know we're supposed to be in there, but you know,
America.
It's America. Too funny. Too funny.
Well, it might help out some of the other people though that are watching across.
You know what?
I
I don't know if I can have it automatically switch. Grant Williams' first time form right there, 30.278, and he is running that low line, doing a great job on the exit. He was very good in practices as well, competing with everybody. He's got that BLM paint scheme on there. No shame in it at all. Because he is a good driver. Look at him go. He is not hiding his laps. 30.058. Very good lap form right there. Grant Williams, a rookie driver this year, doing a fantastic job, laying it down, trying to compete with everybody. He's got Vitrell Lovett on the hood is for his grandmother, who passed away here recently. And fantastic individual. Love that man right there. 54 of RJ Justice, right? Let me get that right.
Yes, it's RJ Justice.
AutoZone paint scheme on his car right there. I was trying to think back and make sure I didn't, misspeak that. I was like, it kind of sounded funny coming out of my mouth, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
RJ Justice, the number 54 AutoZone Toyota Camry from O'Dang Racing, another O'Dang Racing guy. Currently enrolled as a senior in the University of South Alabama.
South Alabama, RJ Justice. He was talking about what he was studying just here recently, and I can't for the life of me remember.
Geographical Information Sciences.
All right, that's right. RJ Justice, another fast guy out there as well. He was running in the top 2 or 3 up there.
Well, I'm going to help him out. He's an avid Alabama football fan, so roll Tide! Get her done, 54!
RJ Justice, first time, 30.56. That's a fast lap for that first run.
Yeah, RJ's always fast, man. He definitely ain't slow.
Brandon Fronopol's time, 29.901. Nobody close yet. I'm still waiting to see that happen as RJ Justice comes around, and let's see what he runs right here. Slaps it up there with a P11 time, 29.986, so a very good time right there. Just to think that 15 hundredths of a second is the separation from first to 18th.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Go Vol VOLS Chili Pilly out there. Mr. Lovett. Dink and Flicko eSports out there. War Eagle, of course, that's Bradley Jacob Dunson. Up next, the number 20, Ryan Wilson. I believe he's got that Napa scheme on today.
Yeah, one of the Hastings Motorsports Fords, 32 years old, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Been racing since he was 5 years old. iRacing for 3 years.
Napa know-how. That's
Only thing I can think of when you say that is Michael Waltrip dancing on a piano.
yeah. I remember that. I do remember that.
Didn't he have the little cowboy frillies hanging from his suit too, I think?
Yeah, he did. Yep, yeah, he did. That was cracked me up. Pretty much cracked me up.
He's running a pretty dang good line right now. Diving her down into 3. Kind of waffled on that midline a little bit. Dives it down through the tri-oval to pick up, let's see, 30.178, Jason.
Now that's going to be a good first time. Let's see if he's going to barrel down the backstretch. He's running that mid-high line like everybody else. Daryl Paget out there so close. It is close. Everything is close. All the times are fast. Fastest time is what counts. Qualifying is where it's at. Ryan Wilson running that midline up, kind of like Klinger did at the end of his lap. Still only good for 30.105. So that was his second lap. So not as great as probably he wanted, but I think you were right. He waffled a little bit in the exit again for the second time. Ryan Wilson right there, waiting for the outlap. He's going to come around to pit road. The 82. You get to call your teammate out, my friend.
All right, it's the number 82, Mr. Brian Wirtz, driving that G-Force RTX NVIDIA Ford Fusion, ladies and gentlemen. He's he's from Argentine Township, Michigan senior at Lake Superior State University, studying electrical engineering, focused in digital systems. This man is fast, boys. Look out, he's the captain of DHR.
Good old DHR running it. He's got that GeoForce scheme on. I love that thing. NVIDIA is the graphics card of choice right here for Signatre eSports and Signatre eNASCAR Cup Series. Also what we use in our PCs for Drivers program. If you want to be a part of the PCs for Drivers program, by all means, please go down if you're on Twitch and click the About tab. Hit the Donate button. Donate to PCs for Drivers. It helps us build PCs for drivers who need them, and that is going to be the most amazing sight to see. We've got our first one built, waiting on 2 components. Second and third one are in the process, and we are enjoying that program. Thank you to everybody out there for all the donations that you've put out there for that program. 82 of Brian Wirtz, first time, 30.081. Second time for him as he comes around to the stretch. Daryl Paget says this should be quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, not bad. 29.954. 5/100ths off of the leader, Brandon Fronopel. Nobody close just yet. Joe Sanchez is the last one that is off the path. You see Brian Wirtz there completing his cool down. Just waiting on the next driver to kind of come out. There he is, the number 66, Colin Zemer, New Jersey. He is out there.
Yeah, good old. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Colin Zimmer riding in the Quasar Science car. 29, freelancer in photography, video, sound, lighting, based in New York City.
My goodness, I kind of dig the lightning bolts. It's almost Lightning McQueen picturesque kind of, but not really, like in its own way.
but not really. Kerchow! Here we go.
Kachiga. Thunder becomes
Before lightning.
That's right.
Kachiga.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Didn't we? Yeah, I think we did that during a dirt race one night.
Yeah, we did. Because somebody was running the Lightning McQueen paint scheme there. Speaking of dirt race, you guys have got to check out this Sunday. We're going to run a Real Racing Online Signature eSports event. First lap for Mr. Ziemer, the 30.188. So we'll be broadcasting that one live for you just to get some practice in. The season's going to start September 6th. Make sure you turn in this Friday as well. Whelen Modified's back on track. The Signature eSports Whelen Modified Series is going to hit the track right about 8:05. I believe that's the time that I'm going to be broadcasting. Times do vary, of course, depending on what is happening. Ziemer puts down 30. His second lap was slower, 30.240. You saw a midline right there. So 30.188 is going to be the good qualified time for Mr. Ziemer. And up next, Mr. Woolley.
Lawson Peel, number 25, Barstool Sports.
There he is, our Daytona 250 winner right there, Lawson Peel.
27 years old from Columbus, Missouri.
He's not too far from me over here. Driving the Barstool Sports paint scheme right there. He did a great job of finishing Daytona. That was a heck of a drive off with that wreck that happened at the very end.
Yes, it was.
He did an incredible job and very humble with the finish, of course. But out here to look for his first lap, as you see, that lap doesn't count, that 1:48.87. He started in the back of the pits. Joe Sanchez, Woolley only got that practice race because of the 3-wide net code.
Mm-hmm.
Little nose talking.
I still would have had it anyway, buddy. You can say whatever you want.
First lap for Lawson Peel comes across the line at a 30.012 fast out lap for his first lap, hugging the line. This is going to be interesting coming around right here. Gets up next to the wall, is going to dive hard down. You're going to see him cross over 3 lanes. Gets right on the white line, comes out of the exit. This is going to be a fast lap right here. 29.9 something. I want to see it. 29.9. 29.976. So combination of the 2 laps puts him just behind Priest in P11. That was a fast lap. It's a great line too. So that's just kind of what I see. So Mr. Woolley, the keys for Chicago tire wear is going to be big. Running that higher groove actually wears your tires more than running the low groove.
Yeah, that is true. But there's a lot of finesse when you're going into the corner. Lifting just ever so slightly saves so much more tires, and that's my thing, and I'm going to be sticking to it the whole race long. And it's proved useful in the past, and I think it'll prove useful coming tomorrow night.
Our number 3, Eric Schaefer. I think he's with Drinking Bros. I think it says Budweiser on it.
DHR.
Or DHR. I meant DHR.
It's okay.
I knew that. I see Budweiser on like the ribbon, but does it actually say Budweiser? We're gonna find out here in a minute when he comes down to the backstretch. Nice close-up camera angle comes up on the car. Does it say?
Actually, you were right. He's on Drinking Bros.
Yeah,
for your league.
It says
he's on DHR for the other league.
It says Steve Weiser or Stu Weiser, one of the two. Schaefer is due for a good qualifying lap. He is, because he missed the race last week. Schaefer out there, 30.056, high bank, dives low, gets that speed around the corner. Look at that line. Incredible. Gets up next to the wall. It is Steve Weiser. That is That's what it says, Steve Weiser.
Eric, get Swifty Schwafer. That's what we're going to call him now. Get Swifty.
Get Swifty. All right, there's the 3 coming across the line. Dips low right to the line. His time, 29.969. Good for a P8. That's almost good enough for the show.
I'm pretty sure that's good for the show.
We can never say never, that's for sure. There's Eric Schaefer. It is. There's the close-up of it. Steve Weiser, it is. Eric Schaefer completing his first lap right there. Next car is going to come
We need to get an explanation on that.
I think so, too. Coming up next, I believe the 48 of Mr. Lovett. Not Lovett. Who do we got? Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry. You know, for the longest time, I got them confused, and I think I'm confusing myself again. I know who they are, but at the end of the day, I go, well, it could be that. Yeah, let's find out what Steve Weiser means for him. The 48 of Matt Cherry out there wants to get out there and go fast in that 48 Lowe's for Pros paint scheme. That's your boy, Untouchable Mike, out there on Twitch. Absolutely. Thank you for all the new follows. Thank you for all the views. Nice views out there. You guys are breaking my stream, and I kind of like it. Keep doing it. Start more watch parties, even if you have to plug it on your phone. Get all those people watching the stream, and hope everybody out there does that. We want to break our mark. If you are out there on Facebook and Twitch, make sure that you give us a like and follow and share and do all of that stuff. If you invite all of your friends to like my page, I would appreciate it. I'll give some stuff away at the end of the season if we reach our 5,000 goal. It might even be a steering wheel. We might do that. Matt Cherry's first lap, 30.086. What would be a good steering wheel to have a giveaway for if we reach that 5,000?
I don't know. Logitech just came out with that new G923.
It did. Second lap for Matt Cherry. Where's he going to run at? P2, 29.914. Matt Cherry jumps to the top of the list and was close to taking that pole position away from Fronopole. That was the closest that anybody has touched. Of course, you see the difference right there at the top of your screen, 29.901 for your leader, still sitting at that pole area. And then in that pole position, Brandon Fronopole, Matt Cherry, 29.914. Dinka Flicka says Thrustmaster T300 for a giveaway. Austin Harger. I spelled his name wrong on the qualifying list in that Microsoft number 16. You see him right there driving that Exalta scheme in that Chevy Camaro. Harger is going to be sponsoring one of our races as well. And I am a little bit off on my relative. I want to make sure, not my relative, my screen. I want to make sure that I get it right for you.
Austin Harger, number 16, driver for Hastings Motorsports Ford, 32 years of age, from New Haven, Indiana, owner of Bulldog Motorsports Cards and Collectibles.
And that is going to be one of our sponsors. That's going to come up, I believe it's Texas that we're going to be doing that. I'm scrolling through my list. And we're going to post a copy of our schedule on Facebook and our website here very shortly. I do apologize about it not being out there. When we took our website down, it had the direct link, and I had to take it off Facebook as well.
Texas, correct?
Yeah, Texas. The Justin J. Watt Foundation, Texas. That's going to be a 300-mile race. That is Austin Harger took care of that, paid for that sponsorship, and he's going to be co-sponsoring it with his baseball card.
You know what that makes me think of? All my exes live in Texas.
Right. Oh, it stands for Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day, because he used to drink Budweiser, so they called him Steve Weiser. First lap for Austin Harger, 30.063. That makes the lap. You know, that didn't even come to mind for me. So there is.
Oh, now it'll be stuck in your brain all night.
I know.
Wayne Lowe.
Scott Black missing tonight. We appreciate him.
You know, I'm curious, Jason.
Uh-huh.
What are the point standings right now for the top 10? Do we have that handy at all?
I can't have that handy, and I was answering Twitch, actually not Twitch, but what was it? There's the 34 of Wayne Lowe out there. I was actually answering Discord.
Wayne Lowe, man, you know what? This guy's fast. I've run around him for the last 2 weeks. Nice, stable driver. He's fun to get along with, and he's kind of a pill like me, but he's fast. Let me tell you.
There he is fast, and he's very consistent too at what he does. Top 10 in standings, because I don't have it on the screen, but I'm going to read it off to you anyway. Matt Lovett's going to be our current points leader. He is 8 points above second place of Lawson Peel. So both of those guys have won a race here. Lawson Peel won Daytona, and Matt Lovett won at Bristol. Hans Walter, 25 points off them in P3. But Hans has retired from the league. He had some things that he needed to get straight. School's getting ready to start for him. So he will fall off. But currently P3 in points. Mitchell Cicadas in fourth place right now. Brandon Fronopole, a current pole sitter to be. Oh, look at that. Wayne Lowe in 29.920. Nice little lap for him right there. So Brandon,
right in P3.
That's right. Brandon Fronopole, P5 for him. Jake Elrod in sixth, tied for sixth. Zach Rinker, eighth. Matt Sherry tied for eighth again. Josh Klinger, and then Joe Sanchez lines out your top 10. Considering our age, he's surprised that we don't remember that out there, Big Shafe said.
You need to tell Schaefer to come in here and help you out for this second session.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. We could have Mr. Schaefer come in here and broadcast with me.
That way I'm not as nervous when I go out on the track, when I can hear you guys breathing in my ear as I'm doing laps.
That happened last week, but you did good. You still did good. Wasn't bad.
Made the field.
You made the field. You made the show. Who is out there getting ready to qualify? I'm waiting for the number to pop up. And it is.
I think that was it.
Is that it?
Pretty sure.
If that is it, that was a heck of a quick qualifying session. They qualified a lot faster than I thought they were going to.
From time.
Let's see. Make sure. Wayne Lowe. I know we had a few people that had commitments for the week. School's getting ready to start, and that's kind of the thing right now. As Yep, that is it. That's going to be it for our session 1. We're going to have session 2 coming up real soon. We've got 20. So we had quite a few drivers. Let me see if I'm going to see if it's going to be able to pull up the results of the qualify. It is not going to be. Let me see. Not going to let me do it. So that's how that goes. Let's show that. That's kind of weird. No big deal. Okay. Well, we'll post our results here in a little bit. I might figure that out here as we continue to go. But I do appreciate everybody. Stick around. We're gonna have our next qualifying session up here very, very shortly. We get these guys to run some laps in the second session. It should already actually just have begun, just underway right now. Down, down, up, up, left, right, left is how?
Contra code. That's the contra code.
That's contra code. How about up, up, down, down? That's Raiden's teleport. I remember that.
Well, what was it? Down, 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 up, 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 right punch, I think was his fatality.
Yep. And then what was like my favorite was Scorpion. That was my favorite, and that was a double back and B, and that gave you the Hurricane.
His fatality was, I think he had to be like a sweep distance away, back, down, high punch.
Yeah. All right.
Man, that is sad. I can tell you that.
We are. Yeah. You know, we
We're dating ourselves.
Untouchable Mike says Sub-Zero. How about is it possible to bring in Brandon Fronapole? Let's see if he's got a moment to talk about his line and his time.
Let me see. Oh, I see him down there. Okay, hold on. We'll get him up here. I forgot I could just move him. Oh, wait, but I don't know if I can move him too. Hold on.
Hank Caston says we want to see how he cheated.
What's up, Brandon? You're in the house with Jason and the Midwest Maniac.
Oh, you call this the house now?
I guess we're going to have to call it a house. So, my friend, Mr. Fronapole, thank you, of course, and always for being a sponsor of Signatre eSports and the Signatre eNASCAR Cup Series Chicago 250. I wanted to talk to you about because Hank Caston swears you cheated. Of course, kidding. That's but he wants to see how you cheated to get a 29.901 out there, buddy.
Griphack.exe.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. It came to a shock to me as well. I didn't think anybody would be able to hit a low 9. I figured most of the times would be mid to high 9s or 30 flats. Just watching practice and stuff, but I feel like an 8's out there somewhere. I feel like I don't have the fastest time. Somebody's definitely gonna beat me out. I feel like it.
Well, after the second session, we'll see if that does hold up. But the top 6 of you guys are only separated by 47/100ths of a second. So that's pretty close in itself. And then, of course, it spreads from there. But the low line tire eating, but fast line. So is that the aggressive line, do you think, during the race? Or do you think people should be more patient and let their tires wear naturally?
No, I don't think the low line is going to be the line during the race. I feel like the middle high line is going to be more where you're going to see more guys running. That low line, I ran 12 laps in practice, just full throttle low line, and I can tell you I was letting off a lot going in the corner after about a lap 10. So I think conservative and taking it patiently and running a more middle groove might be better for the race.
I can agree with that. I think that we're going to definitely be seeing quite a few too wide up higher. I think that's what's going to happen, especially getting close to that. Once they start getting closer and closer to that wall, and that rubber starts laying down. But experience definitely out there. If this could be your second pole of the season, and sometimes being out front is not always the greatest, depending. But this is a track that you could potentially run away with it if you get a good start.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Chicagoland's always fun, especially at the way the A cars are nowadays. You get a lot of racing side by side because it's not so much you're letting off; it's more so the draft plays a big part of it. So I can see a lot of good racing coming over as long as guys can hold a line and stay together.
Well, staying together is going to be the key, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun here just tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is when it's going to happen. So, second race is the second session is getting ready to start here in just a little bit, and we'll find out if you're going to hold on to that pole position, and if you do, we'll bring you back in.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Fronapole. And tell everybody, before you get out of here, I want you to talk about 46 Branding Co. Real quick, so that way they can have an understanding of what you do and what your designs are, and what they can find whenever they get out there.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you allowing me to be the sponsor of your series every now and then and stuff like that. So it's always great to have that opportunity and stuff like that. And definitely hoodies, shirts, hats, you name it, I've put a design on it. So go check it out, 46branding.com, and comp you some merch, and as we call it, swag. And I love to see people wearing shirts, posting pictures, stuff like that. So definitely do it.
Yeah, definitely do that. Promo code coming real quick, possibly here in the next week or so. I think we were talking about giving away some shirts and stuff like that, not just here, but No Limit Racing. Also, if you guys don't know, Brandon Fronapole is the owner, operator, president, CEO, whatever you want to call him, of No Limit Racing. So that's the other series that I broadcast for, and absolutely love doing that. They've got a Pro Series and a Truck Series. Pro Series is on Monday evenings, and then the Truck Series on Tuesday evenings. And great showing this past week. Daytona was great for not only you had the duels, but you also had the Truck Series getting their season underway. Talk about the new season. We want to make sure that these guys hear about you. I've got some time to kill while these guys practice, so go for that.
Yeah, for sure. That watching that race on Tuesday, I was impressed with everybody. Didn't see too many people practicing throughout the week, but when it came time for race time, I was really proud of the way that they handled their cars and being able to race side by side. Of course, we all knew, 10, 15 laps to go, they was going to get a little antsy. People were going to start getting more wanting to go to the front, so there was more trouble. But all in all, they did great. Pit stops were a little sketchy, but, it's work in progress. As far as the Pro Series goes, I know all the guys are ready to get going. Ready to make some of their money back that they paid to get into the league and win some trophies this season. So it's going to be exciting to see. And I mean, from what I hear around the league and stuff like that, it seems like a lot of people are eager to watch the Pro Series and see how better and see what they're entailed to as they move up in the ranks in No Limit.
Yeah, things are getting more aggressive as the Pro Series kicks off, and you guys seem like they're antsy to run. A lot of them actually run in this series, so it's kind of nice to see they're getting kind of their practice in before they get to go and race there. So they're going to have that experience running the Cup cars throughout the Signatre eNASCAR Cup Series, and then when the Pro Series fully kicks off, they're going to have some time in the Cup cars. So that's going to make for some more clean, interesting racing from my perspective, because I love broadcasting your races. So,
yeah, I think this is a great practice for all of them. I know a lot of the guys didn't really have too much practice. I think Brian Wirtz was one of the ones that, he hadn't had a lot of time in the new Gen 6 car. We used to run the SS model back in the day, and those were, that's a whole nother animal. The way they have the Gen 6 nowadays, they make it a lot easier for somebody to just jump in and drive, and it makes it nice, but in the same instance, it's a whole nother animal than some of the other cars. So
yeah,
having this extra practice and coming here and doing what they do here it makes it nice.
Definitely makes the draft more important because of the low downforce packages that they have, and it's more realistic in that sense with these cars, because especially like a track here at Chicagoland, if you lose the draft, you're going to fall off pace just as easy if you did at Daytona or Talladega.
Oh, you will. Draft is key, especially I noticed that in practice before qualifying. I think I was behind Matt Lovett, and I was on 6 old tires, and he had just come out of the pits, and big old pack in front of me, and he took off. He caught their draft, and he was gone, and I was just a sitting duck out there, and they took me by 3 seconds just in a couple turns. So definitely people are going to have to keep close together and, keeping that draft.
Definitely a way to, or something to keep in mind. Let me get back to what I was trying to say there. Something to keep in mind for all these drivers whenever they are out there is we're gonna watch your qualifying lap while everybody gets underway, and definitely comfortable enough for everybody to get back. And I do appreciate your time. I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate you being a part of the Signatre eNASCAR Cup Series and the Signatre eSports family.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me for sure. Lot of good vibes and a lot of good partnerships that we got going. So
yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I enjoy it. There's your qualifying lap. Going to watch your qualifying lap, and then we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with everybody here with Session 2. Brandon Fronopol currently with a 29.901. That is the time to beat for everybody, and we will see what happens when we come back after this. Well, we're back once again. They are finishing up practice. Thank you for all those who are out there and were patient and willing to wait. And, of course, if you're out there on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, Signatre eSports on Twitch, Signatre eSports on Facebook, Signatre Media eSports Broadcasting on YouTube. I appreciate you very much. Start a watch party. Host the session out there on Twitch. I appreciate all of you out there. I am joined by Brandon Frontapole, the current pole sitter, as the standings have gone through the first session. And it looks like 27 drivers completed that session. We have roughly 25 in here right now. As you see these guys running around practicing. Brandon ran a 29.901 for his qualifying lap. The next closest was a 29.914, and that was done by Matt Cherry. Brandon, you say that you see a 29.8 in the future of the qualifying session.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was actually watching some of the lines that are happening right now, and I can see there's a couple of these guys. There's a lot of fast guys in here. Not saying the first session wasn't fast at all, but I see a lot of guys holding to the bottom. So I'm definitely eager to see somebody beat the 901.
Not a bad idea to try to run through the grid there and look and see what these guys are running. I was doing that while we were kind of sitting here a little bit. A little about what we're doing. Chicagoland 250 qualifying, brought to you by 46branding.com. Brandon Frontapole is the owner-operator of that as well, and No Limit Racing. Of course, 46 Branding is where you can go get some classically designed swag, is what we call it, of course. But T-shirts, flip-flops, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Fall's getting ready to come up. Go to 46branding.com for all of that, designed for the classic person in mind. We have the mile-and-a-half Joliet track right here, Chicagoland, Joliet, Illinois. Session 2, we've got the Toyota Camrys, the Chevy Camaros, and the Ford Mustang. Of course, the Cup Series versions of all of those. We, of course, are qualifying, and that's how life's going to be. The 99 of Mario Miranda is going to be our first driver on the field, and that guy right there is probably the one that I would peg to be in the top 5 every race. I know Bristol wasn't kind to him, but he's just kind of a very impressive driver to say the least.
Yeah, I always scout out the competition a little bit, and I've noticed he's been one of the fast ones up front. Him and a couple of the other guys that I don't really race around too often in official or nothing, but he's definitely one to keep an eye on.
Definitely a great guy to see it. We're going to get this underway as we're waiting patiently. He's sitting at the end of pit road, and we're going to get this thing underway right now. Mario Miranda in the 99, and good qualifying times for everybody. We're talking less than. I think we had one guy bobble a little bit on his qualifying, so he ended up with a 30.15. But for the most part, everything's separated by 15.150. There it is. A 15th of 100 of a second. That's what I was trying to say there. Absolutely fun. Donald Wooten, thank you very much out there for running race control. I want to make sure that you hear that from me. I do appreciate all of that. Thank you to everybody out there sticking through and watching. Round 2 from Untouchable Mike, Daryl Paget out there. Brandon, fast driver, not a bad poker player either. So you get some compliments on your poker playing skills.
Oh yeah, love gambling.
Yeah, Paget out there. I said Paget. It's Daryl Paget, Australian. He's one of my favorite Australians, of course. First lap for Mario Miranda underway. He completed his hot lap out, and boy, he was up next to that wall on turn 1 and turn 2. So let's see what he's going to run right here, getting close to the line, and he's going to carry that speed. He is running a very similar line to what you ran in yours, and that's where I look and judge. Of course, I play it back in my mind, but definitely a fast driver and has learned the track over the last couple of days. These guys have been practicing all week long.
Yeah, that was the one thing going through practice is people were talking about, what should we run when we first go out there, and he has a really good line there, and there it is, the 8.
There's the 29.885. Mario Miranda, current pole sitter, as pushes Brandon Fronopel to P2 with a 9.01. Man, I didn't think it was going to happen that quickly, but
that came really fast.
It sure did. Mario, he was running a very, very solid line. He ran a very similar line to what you did, and man, he was just fast.
Yeah, he ran a really clean line there. The key at Chicagoland is because you can hold it full throttle. It's that steady line. It's kind of like Daytona, keeping that wheel straight and not fighting those bumps too much.
Eddie Hawks, the number 40, he's the guy that's coming out next. The FRL racing legend right there. Eddie Hawks is, for those who don't know, Hawks Simworks. He is actually a disabled gentleman that designs steering wheel apparatuses for those who are disabled and want to play iRacing. So very, very, very great guy to be involved with, and we're going to do some things with FRL here very, very soon.
That's really cool of him to do. I see a lot of people find their way into iRacing, and they find ways to improve it for people that can't.
And Eddie Hawks being one of those, we have, I believe, a total of 3 FRL drivers now in the league trying to get out there and run these lines with everybody. And they are fantastic drivers, too. Right? Like, you would never think in a million years that they were using modified equipment to help them race.
Till you said something right here, I would have never known.
Yep,
He's got a really clean, smooth line.
Yep, Eddie Hawks, 34.77 on his first lap, getting warmed up there. Going to the social media post because they broke my counter. Chili Pilly out there tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. That's funny. Case and Harnish, how are you doing out there, buddy? You're getting ready to qualify. Untouchable Mike, round 2. Who's going to make it and who's going to go home? That is, of course, him as well. And then I can't say that word, Mr. Cody Kenzie, but definitely I know what you mean. Eddie Hawks puts in a 29.909, so he's good for a P3.
Yeah, this session is really, really fast. It's. I figured it would be. Like I said, there's a lot of fast guys in this one.
Yeah. All of the weather is set the same. The sessions are absolutely identical to one another. As we're going to see the 58 come on out. Sean Conklin, our youngest driver in the league at 12 years old. And he gets a little bit loose on the exit right there. My goodness. DFR paint scheme.
The apron gets loose when you're trying to shift through gears and everything.
Yeah, I do remember. I do like Chicago. Chicago's one of those tracks that if you like super speedways, you can get out here and you can run Chicago and transition to 1.5 miles. That's why I kind of put it early in the season, so that way they could do a nice transition, get the roval out of the way, and then jump straight into those hard banking 1.5 miles. Cody Kinsey, sorry, got excited for a second. Hey, I got it. I like repeating what you guys say. There's just certain things I can't say on the not that I can't say it because it's the internet, but we are on the air, and I'm trying to be as professional as possible. Conklin, 30.196 as he gets out there. This is a fast kid, too. He did really good in practice sessions, and he's really hard on himself when it comes to if he messes up.
It's always cool to see those young kids come up and try to, race, and by the time they turn 18 and stuff, they're actually really good on iRacing.
Well, this guy's going to have some experience for himself. There's pretty much right down the middle of the board. Mr. Conklin runs a 29.965. He ran that a little bit higher line that you would. That we've seen quite a bit, especially in the first session. They didn't hug the line, or they got themselves a little bit loose on an exit and had to check themselves up. So there's the 58 for you.
Sometimes when you take it out in the corner, you don't realize that you can hold it to the white line, and I think that's where a lot of that middle line comes from. I know Matt Cherry was talking about running that middle high, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't for qualifying. You got to put it on that white.
Yeah, you get the quickest way around a track is the smallest circle that you can make. Let's see. This is Chris Roberge. I'm going to say that I'll have to ask him what his name is. I like getting that right. But 96 out there completing a lap.
They could go Roberge or however you want to say it, really, or Roberge.
Out there completing his first lap. We're going to see kind of what goes on here.
See, he's got that nice transition to the bottom.
He does.
Comes up the wall.
I'm not seeing very many people come high out of turn 4. They're to make that dive down to the line. 30.103 for his first lap for the Canadian. So we're going to see how this transitions. Usually we're seeing 0.2 of a second off of the lap. So if that's anything to speculate, then he's going to be kind of right there.
Started a little high there in 3, but we'll see if that affects him anything.
He's staying very low right here. Didn't even come up. See what he gets out of this one. 30.038. As maybe not carrying that corner out might have hurt him a little bit right there. But nonetheless, Chris gets himself a nice, fantastic lap. Waiting for the number 1 of Shane Wyatt. KSDT Toyota Camry coming out onto the track. This kid has got talent, 15 years old, out of North Carolina, and definitely ready to make his way into he's definitely trying to push his way into I know the Coca-Cola series and a couple other things, doing the Road to Pro series. Kid's got a lot of talent, and he helps out a lot clerically for me too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good battles, especially at Bristol. We've raced side by side a lot, and he actually just joined up in the Thunder series over at NLR, so it was nice to see him race in Daytona. Definitely fast.
Yeah, we got to watch him race yesterday. He got caught up in one of the big ones and ended up finishing a little bit in the back, but he does see the lines very well. He sees the he just sees everything very, very, very well. Great kid, good personality, and you would think by talking to him that he's like 30 years old.
Yeah, he's got one of those more mature voices, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a deeper voice than I do. 30.367 for Mr. Wyatt coming around in that Toyota Camry. Rich Marr Racing on the bottom of it right there. He is kicking butt, taking names. Let's see if he's going to hug that line coming around, and I think he's going to be in the 29.9s as well. Dives hard down to the apron, carries a lot of speed on the exit right there. 29.897. So puts you, my sir, in P3. He ran a great line right there. P2 for Mr. Wyatt coming out of the turn.
I definitely want to start on the outside tomorrow, so if somebody could definitely beat me one more time and put me in 4th, I'd be happy.
No, one more time. So he's rooting for somebody to get out there and complete another lap for him. 29. Was he at 29.901? So you just got to get the 29.899, and that'll be okay. Or 29.9 flat.
Not much to ask, you know. I just feel like that high line going into turn 1 on the first lap is going to be the line to be in. So.
Absolutely. One of the guys that was out here chatting it up earlier, the 39 of Zach Comella in the Ford Mustang. I was trying to read Maui Jim. That's what it says on it, I believe. Very vibrant paint scheme going for him right there. Back look.
Yeah, I like that tropical look. That's really nice.
Reminds me of one of your shirts.
It does. It does.
Speaking of shirts, make sure you go to 46branding.com, FOURTY, 6branding.com for classically designed apparel for the classic person. Make sure you check it out. Very affordable, and they are printed right here in the United States. They ship to you. There's still a little bit of timing that our current status in the country has messed up. So, but there's an opportunity for you to have some stuff by the fall. 30.537 for Mr. Comella on his first lap. And let's see if he's going to hold it down. We've got the camera right there on the back of the Ford Mustang. You're going to see this line that they run out. And
he's got a straight line that he's running.
I haven't seen anybody hit the wall yet, so that's been fortunate as well. Comella doesn't get quite as low on the line right there. Comella pulls out 30.007 for P5 in the session right now. Josh Klinger says out there, these boys in the second session aren't playing around. No. Brandon called it actually during the break. He said that somebody was going to, we were talking off air, that somebody was going to actually pull out 28.8. We didn't think it was going to happen right away, but it did.
Yeah, I really thought it'd be later on in the session when the rubber got built down, but hey, it is what it is, and it happened. So I knew it was there, and I knew the speed could happen. So
well, a hot lap for Mario Miranda, currently the pole sitter. Shane Wyatt there in second. Brandon Frontopole holds a third place right now. There is Daniel J. Helm in the 49. He is out there with that very pastel paint scheme. Not a bad paint scheme either. There's a front look at the hood. HL, I believe, is a programmer.
I'm actually surprised at how fast they are right now, because this session is actually a little bit cooler on track temp than the first session.
Well, we can take a look at the weather. Let's pull that up. Temperature should have been the same. Of course, dynamic weather is turned on.
Well, you would think with colder temperatures it'd be a little bit slower of times, but
because there's no rubber laid down hardly at all.
Yeah, that is true too.
So that's part of the factor. The outlaps are looking about the same. It's all about the line, and we are seeing the 20. The two people that ran the fastest laps in this session, I would expect to run those lines. They've done a lot of practicing this week as well. There's the 49. We're going to see what happens as they go forward. Second lap for Mr. Helm, 29.972. That's about.
Yeah, you could definitely see like a difference in who's out here and who's not for sure. Who's put in the practice and maybe who's needed more practice.
Quite possibly the big truth. Here's the weather right there on the right. Wind speeds at 3 kilometers an hour, or that's just under 2 miles an hour right there. 21 degrees. It's right about 69 degrees Fahrenheit in the Celsius. Track temperature is 43 degrees Celsius, so that's going to be 105, somewhere around there.
I'm glad you know how to read Celsius.
I could be close. I think I'm close, and it's like 2.5 times or something like that. It's 2.13 or 2.14.
I can't read that. I think one time we had a grandmother had a temperature gauge and it read in Celsius. And I'm like, what? It's 80 outside. What's that about?
I cooked for years and had to read thermometers, so that's pretty much where the background and temperature came from. But now we have to deal with the track times. I need to go in and change the settings so that way we can make it unilateral for everybody. Jake Elrod on the grid right now. He is out there completing his first lap. Oceanside Cleaners, number 14. Black Horse Auto Transport driver as well in other series. This guy has speed when he needs it, and his first lap coming out. It's going to be right there, 30.209. So let's see how he's going to carry this low line speed. Elrod's got speed at this track.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that have improved a lot since starting on iRacing. His line ability, his way to control a car. I'm really proud of the way that he's overcome, and he's got a great line that he's got going right now.
He does, and you see the speed coming off the turn right there. He hugged it around very nicely. His lap's going to be a 30.018. I think the key on turn 4 is making sure that you carry it up, and so that way you can drive it down. Because if not, you're directional steering it low, and so you're not letting the car do it naturally. I saw that twice now, one with Comella and one with Mr. Elrod right there. What is it? Go ahead.
There's a bump off of 4. It's actually 2 bumps in turn 3 and 4, and they kind of throw you for a loop because they hit the car and you get a little loose or you get a little tight, and that has a lot of factors in it.
And that can definitely make you lucky to not lose it. That's part of the issue right there. Isaac Mock out there's got your logo all over it. I love seeing him. He's in that 95. Got my logo on it, too. I kind of like it. Going to Twitch right here. Sean Conklin out there. Not really the time that he wanted to see, but it's okay. It's not a bad time. Yeah, I think it's good enough to be in the show currently. According
All
to
that matters is making the show. It doesn't matter where you start.
Yep. You just got to be there at the end. The only lap that matters is the last one. And then Hannah Bajaz 98. This is my first time racing with this group. Thanks, car 96. I'm going to make sure that we got him. There it is.
Isaac is one of those guys that are torched with bad luck. Every time I see him race, he's always caught up in a wreck somewhere, and not even his fault. So I always root for him and wish good things out of his racing.
Yeah, he can start up there in third, and he just ends up getting junked in a corner or something else happens, and he's a good racer. He's a good hard racer, and he's absolutely doing great. Speaking of FRL, the 96 is the Roberge guy right there. I hope I'm saying it right. He is part of that group as well with Mr. Hawks and just great guy. 29.973 for Isaac Mock. That's right there in the middle of the field. All right. Another OCR driver, Oceanside Cleaner Racing team. This is the third member of that team. The 21 of Mark Harris. That whole group is I started seeing those guys in the trucks, of course, and then I also saw them in the Thunder Series whenever you were ARCA this last season, and these guys have just steadily improved. I think all of them consistently. Klinger, I think getting that road course experience has helped him out quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I call them the college crew. I think they're all in college. So it's always good to have friends that have the same interests and stuff like that, and doing the same thing.
Yeah, all of these guys are just they're good-hearted. They care about what they do, and that's it. I don't know. I hear the horror stories of college nowadays as Mark Harris puts down a 30.170. I remember college back in my day, and it was a completely different animal than what it sounds like it is today. But these guys remind me of whenever I went to college, where they focus and then they put their attention where it needs to, and it just seems to be that way.
How do they put it? You can never take the racer out of somebody, so they always find time, right?
Right. High line to a low line on the exit of turn 4. And a 30.61. I'm telling you, I'm seeing the same. These guys that are running the 30s, I'm seeing the same thing out of those guys each and every time.
Yeah, it seems like they're not getting low enough in turn 4. It's almost like they're hitting the bump or something's going on down there in turn 4.
Wheeling Modified Series admin for me, which is coming up this Friday. I'm going to check those races out. That's going to be right around 8 Eastern is when we're going to start broadcasting those Signatre eSports Wheeling Modified Series. This is one of my admins and co-producers that we see Michael Newton running the Cancer Special 98. Always bring out hope wearing the pink ribbon. told him that whenever he was running this car, that he, because he had it all dressed out in white and pink. I was like, that looks like a breast cancer awareness card. And he was like, that's what I'm going to do. And I said, bring it on. That's good. So that's what he did. Fight cancer on the side of it, hope on the front and on the hood. And always big support. I look forward to getting a part of that as well. Really for life.
Why not support a cause that is very well needed, especially nowadays.
Absolutely. First lap for Michael Newton, a 30.133. His line seems to be getting better. We know that he's had a little bit of issues with trying to keep lines here lately. He had some steering wheel issues in the last race, in not Bristol, but Daytona. And Bristol was just who could you blame on what? Speaking of Bristol, tomorrow tune into the hot moments at Bristol. I've got that coming up tomorrow during the broadcast. 30.61, a little bit off the mark there, but Mr. Newton hits a P11 for the session, ties Mr. Harris in front of him.
Yeah, again, it's just like you were saying, just on the last cars. It seems like the guys that are running in the 30s, it seems like something's going on down there in turn 4 for them, where they're not holding it to the bottom and they're more staying in the mid. They're not arcing that apron like they should.
Not only to arc the apron, but they need to. And here's going to be a prime example. Michael Woolley, the number 13 DHR racer right here. He is also Pro Series. You see it right there, the No Limit Racing Pro Series banner on top of his car right there, driving an NVIDIA 13. We're going to see an example of what a line could be ran right here as he comes down to dive hard into the corner. Everybody, go Woolley, go Woolley, go Woolley, go Woolley. Keep it going.
I'd love to see him hit an 8. Like I said, I need to be on that outside. So
I think
rooting for Woolley.
I think he can get it. I think he's got the possibilities. There's another go Woolley. Everybody rooting for Michael Woolley. DHR.
Michael's a great guy. I love Michael. We've known each other for years, so he's a good guy to get to know and race around.
Michael Woolley, the first recipient that was recommended for the PCs for drivers, 30.133 on his first lap right there. And so the first one that's being built is actually being built for this guy. And look at that line. Great exit on 2, comes up high right next to the wall. Blinks out. That's the reason why he needs a new PC, guys, right there. Nice hug coming around the exit, lets the car do its job, comes down, dives hard in. That's going to be a 28.9 something, or close to 28.8. Let's see where he gets, 28.953, so right there in the front middle of the pack. Don't lose it, Woolley. Don't lose it. You got to keep your line, buddy. Got to keep that. If you hit the wall, it's gonna get rid of that time.
Tell you what, lining that grid up later is going to be hard for you because you got a lot of guys that are very close to each other.
Yeah, this is getting close to like it was with Daytona, where it's just one right after the other. And
a lot of the drivers called it mini Daytona in that practice session in session 1 because I mean that's basically what it is. You just hold it full throttle and hope she sticks on the bottom and just there for the ride basically.
Alrighty, the number 30 of Tony Kvyat. This is a Budweiser paint scheme. I believe he is part of. Yes, Eric Schaefer. Eric Schaefer says yes. Brainer, we're very close. Cody Kinsey says the man. I think he was talking about Willie, DHR teammate in the Thunder Series. Eric Schaefer was talking about him out there. Tony Kvyat, part of the Drinking Bros racing team, I believe. I don't know too much about Tony other than, actually, I think I can take that back. I think he just put in his driver info for me, so I can actually pull that up. We can talk about Tony for a minute.
Call him the mystery man.
The mystery man. What a guy. What a guy. 52 years old from Southern Maryland, and yes, he is driving for the Drinking Bros racing team. Not much else we need to know about him. Apparently, he just wants to get out there and have a good time. First lap for Mr. Kvyat is a 30.085. He is running a very fast low line. He's going to be a little higher on it, though, so I think he's going to be in the higher 29.9s if he can hold the corner 4 a little better than the rest.
Yeah, that corner 4 is the one that gets everybody, it seems like, so that's the one everybody needs to look out for.
Here he is. Comes across the line. What's his time going to be? 30.001. So that's going to tie somebody in the first session. Somebody ran that exact time.
That makes it harder.
It does, because then we have to look at both of their times as a combination and then go from there.
It's when you got to bring out the stat book.
Big thank you to Tyler Stillwell. Sent me a document. I appreciate that very much. Yes, and then we got to bring out incident points over the last 3 races and then over the last 2 races and then see what happens there. Kaysen Harnish, this guy was talking about. We were just talking about him on the channel. He was out here. I think he was on Twitch or Facebook, one of the two. Tyler Stillwell, thank you very, very much. Excuse me. Like to see Tony do well. That's what Cody Kinsey says out there. Eric Schaefer says, yes, drinking bros for sure. Awesome. We appreciate that. Kaysen Harnish, another fast driver. We like seeing him out there running around. He's getting an early start on that low line, maybe getting those tires warmed up, hugging the line. He's got a nice exit right there. Express maintenance on the side of his paint scheme.
It's kind of like my league. Not a lot of Toyotas, man. I don't see too many people running Toyotas. More Chevys and Fords than anything.
That's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of it. So I've only got 2 Toyotas here. I know that we have a 4-car Toyota team. That's the Shane White Racing, or the SWR. I think we changed it to Lights Out eSports. I think that's what they are now. Nice low line for Kaysen right there.
That was a really good 1 and 2.
You might get your wish right here.
Let's hope so.
Here it comes down. It doesn't carry it all the way down. Holds it middle. I wonder if that is on purpose. Let's see what he puts in right here.
Yeah, he didn't duck down either.
30.116 for his second lap. He had a heck of an exit on 2, and he didn't.
He definitely it killed it in 4. That's for sure. I don't know what was going on there.
Something changed in his steering, or something had to have happened, because he was on track to put a dent into your time. But you have hope. Clint Leatherwood's up next, the 22. We need somebody to put out a 29.900. That's what you need.
That's all we're asking for. Nothing too hard.
Another Drinking Bros racing team member, this Miller Lite car, the 22 of Clint Leatherwood out here. He's going to run around.
I love people executing that high line coming off a turn, coming off the pits. Just, it gives you that car, that workup, so, you can get that oil pressure up and everything, and then go down and just lay you a fast one.
Yeah, get that first lap in, get 1 and 2 warmed up, and then run that high line again on the exit of your second lap. On the exit of your first lap, so that when you begin your second lap, you've got all that carry down speed. Which is where I
think I heard him left off the throttle right there. That was kind of odd.
Well, we can all ride along with him and see what kind of line he is running. So we're going to check out that cockpit speed real quick. Isaac Mock says frustrating. He did. He let off. He must have gotten a little loose. I just heard him let off a little bit too.
The track is tricky, man. It kind of throws you for a whirlwind. You don't think going down in the corner you're going to be able to hold it wide open, but you can.
A little feather right there, some bumps, you hear it. It gets a little bit outside of the line right there. Comes down, let's going to see what he's going to clear. Pace time for him, 30.042 is going to be his lap, P12 in the session. Oh, Eric Schaefer says he is not drinking bros. Clint Leatherwood, let's find out what team he is on. I want to make sure I mention his team. We got to do that. Mr. Leatherwood. Oh, Race Pass Motorsports. That's a team I didn't know I had. Sorry, guys. Stagner getting up to speed. Let's ride along with him for just a moment. You hear him whenever he accelerates. It sounds like he's getting just a little bit loose. He got out at 3 right there. Whoop. Goodness gracious, what happened there? My screen went blank. I'm good. We're still streaming. We're still live. Every once in a while, these guys get a treat and they get to see my desktop.
I see some cloud cover before that could go in somebody's advantage.
It could. It's going to cool that spot down. Oh, right there, DJ Stagner right here. Right there, low. Gets out there. He's got a little wheel wiggle to him, I see. Turn 3's got some cloud cover in it right there on into turn 4. Holding it down. You can hear it. Front stretch got some cloud cover too. Just a little bit.
Oh, that's a fast first lap.
29.994, an opportunity right here. That cloud cover worked in his advantage. He is fast right now.
That's the fastest first lap we've seen all day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dives hard down, holds it down there. Nice lap coming up. I believe this might be your lucky day.
Wow, that was
Slower, 30.007. I thought that was going to be a faster lap, 29.994.
I really did too.
It was such a great line. I mean, he did have a little wiggle into 3, but I didn't think it was going to be enough to throw him off. 64, DJ Stagner. My goodness.
Looks like that sun came back out.
It slowed him down. Yeah.
Probably did something with that one.
Drinking Bros, Cavett, Newbraw, Schaefer, and Carlson. That is who you're looking for there. All right. Who's next? Who is next? There it is. 53 coming on board right here. Second race for the 53, I believe. Keith Todd. Mountain Dew Ford Mustang. So only 2 Toyotas have qualified in this session thus far. Douglas Carlson thinks that all of the Drinking Bros have qualified and will make it in the race. So we will see after this. I've lost track of everybody. We're seeing some very fast times. We're seeing a mix now in this session. Last session, everything was
there's a big mix.
Yeah, it was a lot closer in the last session. So we still have about 10 to 12 drivers still left. Tony Cavett, we're good, he says. 30.01. Oh, gets loose. 53 saves it, though. First lap's going to, oh, man, that's going to really slow him down. First lap for Keith Todd at 31.362.
Second one's going to be probably just as slow because he wasn't up to speed into 1.
Lost it coming out of turn 4, and that was that bump that you were talking about. He ran right over it. Needs a flat 30 to make a difference right here. Let's see what happens. 31.354, a little bit faster, but definitely got loose and missed the mark. And my goodness, Keith Todd. Isaac Mock says that you don't have to start up front in every race, Mr. Brandon Fronapel.
What a great guy.
He paid you a lot of compliments, Mr. Mock. I'm just saying. He said you're one of those drivers he appreciates. All right, the 53, 30.296. I'm not sure. Oh, he was out there trying to run an extra lap, seeing what was going on there. Cool down lap for Keith Todd coming around. I think the first lap got disqualified. I'm not sure. Something happened. Here's
Yeah,
Keith.
that's what they just said. 31.354 was his timed lap.
Yep, 31.354. So, alrighty, he's on pit road 63. Dan Fowley. I like racing with this guy. Not only here, but also on the trucks. He's a lot of fun to be around. Snap-on a racing tool legend.
I always say the plain cars always look the greatest, you know?
Very simple. You know, it doesn't have to be extravagant. I mean, mine's pretty carbon fibered up, but, you know, it's clean. It's easy to spot. So, like, if he gets hit, then I know that that was the 63 wrapped up in a...
yeah, you know exactly who it was.
Dylan Hastings, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Hastings Racing Team, or Hastings Racing here on our group is changed to Race Pass Motorsports. So Dylan Hastings is the owner and operator of that race team here. Fowley coming up, he's going to complete his first lap. This Canadian runs 30.144. No cloud cover into 1 and 2. Backstretch has got a little bit. See what kind of line he runs. He's going to dive hard into the corner. Nice line running through. A little higher than everybody else. But to say the least, he's going to come across with a good time. Mr. Fowley, 30 flat. So that's 2 30 flats that we've seen in qualifying. And that should be good enough to put him in the show. I say that, but...
There's a lot more 30s in this lobby than there was in the last one, for sure. And a lot more higher 9s. It's more of like what I was thinking was going to happen in qualifying period.
Well, we were talking about this in, I believe, it was last race when it came to qualifying at Bristol. As the 7 of Mr. Bates comes out in that Monster Energy... I'm used to saying Toyota. I don't know why. He's driving that Chevy Camaro. You know, I wanted to go for realism like they do on real tracks. And the goal for me was to go ahead and keep dynamic weather on so that way, you know, I didn't have a 29.85 or 29.885, 29.886, 29.889, you know. I wanted the weather to pay attention. You know, I wanted them to pay attention to what the track was doing and that kind of thing. Because in real life, that's how the tracks separate. Some people agree with it. Some people disagree with it. So yeah.
I agree with realism 100%. I feel like in a sim, even though it's just a sim, you should always try to bring as much realism as you can because it just gives you that much more of a hype and wanting to do it than it would be if it was just a regular game.
I absolutely 110% concur. First lap for Mr. Bates as he came around a 30.205. So that's where I would see somebody who's going to hit a 29.9 to come on the track and hit his relative. So let's see what Chris Bates does as he comes up high. He's going to come down low, and he's going to hold that bottom third. Comes out of the line, carries well. Let's see if he can get a 29.9 out of this, or if he's going to stay flat on that 30. Mr. Bates, 30.032. Yes, definitely. That not hugging that line is hurting these drivers as they come around and complete their laps. Untouchable Mike, cheers, cheers. Isaac Mock, thank you all. Means a ton from both of us. Appreciate you all a ton. Everything you do for us racers. We try to do what we can because we know that you guys are absolutely worth making sure that we get everything taken care of. The 9 of Dylan Hastings. Speaking of Hastings, this young man, Race Pass Motorsports. Number 9, is he driving a Chevy? He is driving a Chevy today. I have to make sure. I always have to look at the car. And he is getting his
I
first.
always love the Mountain Dew schemes. They always have some cool colors.
You know, and for the most part, they're laid in well. You know, this might even be just a trading paint scheme, and even if it is, like, the fades are always good. The drop shadows are amazing.
I think the Mountain Dew brand as itself is a cool brand, just
Yep.
the way they have the logo and everything.
Yep, I agree. I can agree with that. Keith Todd, lap time 31.354. Thank you very much, Mr. Race Controller.
He wasn't as low on the bottom on 1 as most of the other guys were, so eager to see what his lap 2 is here.
30.404 and on that lap, and he is carrying up. He comes down and touches and then carries up like it was almost in the middle of 4 rather than on the line. So, man, 29.981, that's good enough for probably to make the show. That was a good lap right there for Dylan Hastings in that number 9 machine.
That was a different lap than other people were running too, so maybe he figured something out.
Maybe by watching what the other guys were doing, he learned where he needed to run. So there's the 9 of Dylan Hastings. He is out there putting in a solid time. Good for P8 in the session. And the number 11 coming out. This is another All-American Motorsports racer, Matt Roberts. I like all of their paint schemes. Even though it's really, 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 really shiny. They all differ in a slight way, so I can tell them apart. It's kind of nice. But I do like their paint schemes. All veterans, of course, in their league. Ken MacArthur is one of them. We got Matt Roberts, and there's somebody else I'm missing. But F Stock 345. Yep, I like dynamic. We all like it. It's always a lot of fun especially if you're gonna do. If you're gonna do a league where you're dependent on clean lines, if you make it too consistent, then the drivers never learn anything, and that's kind of where I get. I like running things that are ever changing. 11 running a higher line. This is that high line dynamic from Daytona that we were talking about.
Yeah, going back to that realism part of it, that's the key in all of it. I mean, having transitions, having drivers being able to take their experience to a whole new level is what's going to make a league different than others.
Thank you, Mr. Wayne Lowe, for letting me know that. Now I know who's talking to me out there on Twitch. Matt Roberts runs that curled corner right there. Comes up with a 29.961 though, so fantastic lap for him. So he's going to come around and cool down. Realism is always the key. They call it simulation for a reason. It's to simulate real life. And as a driver, that I like to get out here and drive and have a lot of fun. But as a guy that does do this as well, I mean, I want everything to take an effect. I had a blown tire the other day for the first time in the simulator, and I thought I broke something for real. It was absolutely crazy.
That was something that I want iRacing to do, and I know they're focused on grass right now, which is kind of funny, but I wish that they would focus on kind of like a system that could randomly generate a mechanical failure, like whether it be brake failure, engine blow, something like that. Set it to where it's a 10% chance in a race that one of the random drivers is just going to get it, and it's random at any time. So one of the fast guys, slow guys, it doesn't matter. I think that would be really cool.
I think I completely agree. Zach Rinker, the number 60 on the field in that Ford Mustang, I believe he is part of that new race team as well. Or no, is he with you? Who do you picked up somebody? They picked up somebody over at DHR. Who was that? Can't remember. You're in Incognito Racing, right? That's your team over here at.
Yep, me and Matt.
That's right. He couldn't get into the channel earlier. I had to figure that one out. I don't know who changed it. Somebody went and changed something.
Yeah, he was having troubles last week with it too.
Eric Schaefer, Dragonfire Racing. Yes, that new team ran by Mr. Grant Williams. So Grant has a solid driver out of the 60. Rinker 30.080 on his first lap. This is one of those guys that I could see. Oh, it's a D. I thought it said OFR this entire time. DFR right there on the back quarter panel. There it is. Zach Rinker coming around in turn 4. Better.
He hits the 8.
Yeah, better corner. I think, I don't know. I hope so. Let's see. He turns down heavy. His lap's going to be 29.947. So close. P4 in this session. No P3. No 9.3s, no 9.2s, no 9.1s. So, man, we're getting down to the wire. We've got only a few drivers left. I know that we have Hess that's left, and then we've got another driver. Where's he at? There's the 88 coming out onto pit road. Oh, where's he at? Mr. Hess is in here now, the 25. We're missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, we were just talking about him. I was just talking to him in Facebook, and we got him into the session. Klinger tied with Rinker. Now, how do we settle that? It is based on your total lap times of your first and your second lap. If your two times were tied, then we go on points. Who's the highest in points? Brandon T. Banks, the 88 out there. Doing some kick-ass things. Josh Klinger, Brandon, my luck is already as bad as it is. I don't need random mechanical failures plaguing my races as well.
Oh, just think about it. Going down to turn 1 and your brakes fail. I mean, that would be great.
And then you have to fix it. That'd be cool.
Take it to the garage.
You know what I think that they should do with the Cup Series? I think they should bring in the 5-minute rule. I think that right there, if you can't fix your car in 5 minutes, then you're done, or whatever it is, 5 or 6 minutes or whatever it is.
If they could do more stuff like that, I feel like iRacing could make this game so much better. I'm sorry, not game sim.
Simulator. Brandon Banks, oh, so close. 29.910 on his qualifying lap. My goodness, man. My goodness. He was
just need one of these guys.
Just one. And you're coming down to it, so you're going to see who's going to hit it and who's not going to hit it. To see who has not gone yet, Mr. Dipple's coming out. Ryan Dipple, the 81. You can hear him shift. Hawaiian Tropic all over that big old red car. Guys, thank you for sharing everything out there. Thank you for getting this as excited and loaded up as possible. I appreciate everybody out there, of course, and always doing the good deed. I do believe that probably could see who's out here. I was going to see if there was anybody out here waiting for an interview, but nope, nobody out there wanting an interview right now. It's cool. I appreciate you.
You actually stayed down on the bottom on the backstretch. That was a new line.
I haven't seen that. Well, is that going to play an advantage for his first lap? So let's see what he does here. First lap for him, 30.177. I kind of see that working in his favor. Very nice. Speeds. I would put the speed up, but it's all in kilometers per hour, and I don't want my brain to work that fast right now. But he stayed. That's exactly what he did. He stayed right there on the bottom, but he's drifting up just a little bit coming into the corner, not having that dive down. He's not really getting...
Yeah, that was Still a 30 flat, so that's not a bad lap for that line.
No, 30.
That-
Go ahead. No, you got it. 30.035 for him. So yeah, not a bad. I mean, if he can, that would eat up your tires a lot, I think, on the race. So yeah, doing it in qualifying, it's unique to see what kind of times they get, especially if they're not coming up the track like they are.
But the biggest thing I see with that one too is if you're entering low like that, your car is naturally going to drift high, right? So,
Right.
you're turning harder in the corner, and I've seen a couple guys try that in practice, and it didn't work.
Well, here's a new member to the group, the 61, Josh Mayu, formerly known as better known as the 02 in the No Limit Series. Decided that he wanted to make sure he got into the league today. I know that we were talking about him earlier. But Mayu, the 61, out there now, got his number chosen and is ready to go.
Yeah, I actually, 46 Branding actually sponsors his little champ cart that he's got going in real life. So it's a cool thing for us going over there.
Right on, real life racing for 46 Branding. That's awesome. It's always good to see. We do the same thing over here. We've got a dirt street stock that we sponsor over here at our local track. Josh Mayu, a 30.674. The only practice he had for Chicagoland was for today. So let's see what kind of line he's going to run coming on the exit. Nice little run he's got going on there. Let's see what happens whenever he comes around and hits turn 3. See what kind of line he runs. Nice exit speed right there. He's going to stay low. Didn't come up high. A little bob when he comes off the exit, but good for a 30.004. So flat line, not taking that exit arc in 4. Hitting that bump is hurting the exit of the drivers because he ran 1 and 2 like a champ.
Yeah, it just seems that turn 4 is definitely getting to some of them. It's you don't know you know it's there, but you don't want it to be there.
Mr. Untouchable Mike out there, one more, and then Jason gets to race. Yes, I do. It has been a while. I get to race in the Whelen Modifieds this evening. I'm going to go out there and run with the guys and give them a little show. Douglas Hess, another addition today, the number 25. He is out here to run his laps. As we see, it is definitely moving and shaking out there. These guys are new teammates, new team in here. I have to remember what the team name was. I added it and I can't remember what it is.
If I had to guess, probably K2B, right?
Yep, K2B. I think it was this. Yeah, it's the same as what they ran before. First lap for Douglas coming up, and he's going to come around to the front stretch. Let's see what kind of speed he's going to carry. Comes down, touches the white line, which is a smart move for some. 30.197. 1 and 2 looking great so far, right down there on that bottom line.
Another one taking that low line down the backstretch. He got a little wiggly there in 1.
I saw him. It seemed like his tire wanted to skip over the black mark right there, or that groove in the track. Doesn't come up. Let's see what kind of line he's going to get off of this. Was it a smooth transition for him? Cools it down. 29.915. Now I think he did it right. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best lines as far as stableness. Wouldn't think that lower line on the backstretch would do that though.
You know, I'm thoroughly shocked. I kind of wondered what was going to happen there, but it turned out it worked really well, and you know that's kind of how it goes. Sometimes you see it that way, sometimes you don't. So Mario Miranda is official right now. Mario Miranda is going to be your pole sitter with a 29.885. Shane Wyatt's going to finish second. Brandon, you are third, my friend. Nobody could beat the 29.01, so you get to start third. But at least you're starting behind Mario Miranda, Shane Wyatt. You got Mr. Hawks, who's going to be pretty close to you there as well. Things are going to line out for you. I think it's going to be a great, solid race. Give me your thoughts and feedback on How do you think tomorrow's going to go for us?
Yeah, like I said, I think tomorrow's going to go really well. Biggest thing is just people being patient at the start. I'm not sure how many laps it really is, but uh, starting up front's going to be key for me. Being able to stay up front and in the draft. Once you lose that draft, if you're starting back, mid-pack, and you lose that front draft, it's going to be hard to catch back up to them unless something happens. So that's going to be key tomorrow.
Well, staying up front, 165 laps is what we're going to run tomorrow. That's going to be it's going to be a long race, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to move. We're going to bring him in, Mr. Mario Miranda. Congratulations on the pole in that Ford running a 29.885. We didn't think it was going to happen the first lap of the race, but you nailed it out of the park. Mario, you got me, buddy. Where'd you go? Buddy, get back here. Get back here. And, oh, there it is. That's what happened. Come on. We were sitting here talking to you there. I apologize about that. Mr. Miranda, congratulations on the 29.885 first lap of the session, and you knocked it out of the park to take the pole position. Tell me how that line went for you.
It all started with my qualifying choice. I knew being at noon, track temp was going to get higher throughout the session, so I picked the number 1 spot. And then as I was doing practice races, I figured out your lap 1 is a worthless lap. You got to pick as much speed as you can, and your exit off turn 4 is the most important part. And then I just ran the same line everyone else was, and I came out with an 8.
Well, 29.885, good enough, and you guys are going to be kicking butt and taking names tomorrow. Starting out front, it's going to be a good race, 165 laps. Tell us how you're going to be pushing your boundaries, because you've got some fast racers right behind you.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of eager guys behind me. We locked out the front row for Lights Out eSports, which is awesome and which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the lead with fresh air on my nose, it's a lot easier to save tires. So it's all going to be about the clean air, really.
Well, you're 11th in points, and you're looking for your first win. Just opportunity for that to come. You got your first pole as well, so that's going to be some bonus points for you. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Jason, and good luck to you, Brandon, tomorrow.
For sure, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Mario Miranda right there, running home with a 29.885. Of course, Shane Wyatt's going to start outside pole position. And then, Brandon, you're going to start right behind Mario. At least you've got some guys to follow, that's for sure.
Yeah, like I said, that's going to be key. Definitely don't want to. I don't really want to lead the pack just because you're going to burn your tires up more than you will be sitting behind somebody. I feel always riding behind somebody is always best for saving tires.
Yeah, he was talking about clean air being key. The draft on the low downforce with that short spoiler on this is going to be. You're going to be able to pull draft from the car in front of you and the car behind you. So hopefully the racing goes clean, and hopefully we see what happens there. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be Chicagoland. So it's going to be great racing.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you having me up here with you in that second session. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Brandon Frontal right there, 46branding.com. That's his website. Go there and check out all of his swag, that we call it. T-shirts, hoodies. They've got flip-flops. They've got coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff. His designs, his logos, everything that he does. He's got some really awesome stuff out there too. Go check it, FOURTY, 6branding.com. That's where you're going to find it right there. Tomorrow night, we're going to have the 46 Branding Chicagoland 250 right here. We're going to be here at right about 8 o'clock Eastern. That's whenever we're going to get the ball rolling. We've got some fun stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about some software before we get rolling. We've got some things for the PCs for drivers we're going to be talking about, and then we're going to go over some notes from for the season and talk about what else we're going to be doing right before the race tomorrow. So join us for a pre-race. It's going to start at 8 o'clock. Green flag's going to drop right about 8:30. Have a great night. This has been Jason. We'll get the points up there. The qualifying list updated, and put that out there on our social media, facebook.com/Signatre eSports. And then make sure you give us a like and follow 5,000 is our goal. We get to 5,000, we're going to be a premier out there, and we're going to be out there in front of the world. And that's what our goal. That's what we want to be. We've got a lot of great drivers in here, and that also benefits, of course, No Limit Racing with our good friend Brandon Fronopole as well over there. So a lot of intermingling here, but we love each other's sessions and what we do, and we've taken a lot from each other in building both of our brands, and I enjoy being a part of that, of course, and always. So appreciate everybody out there. Have a great night. We're going to see you tomorrow bright and early. Congratulations once again, Mario Miranda in the, I believe he's the 99. Yes, he is the 99. Mario Miranda is going to be your pole sitter with a 29.885. Shane White's going to start on the outside. Have fun. Be safe. We will see you once again.